Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with you. Now I'm gonna do the drive review of this BMW iX X40, and thanks to Autobahn for giving me this car for 2 days. Very nice of them. Check them out, link in the description, and there was of course the logo in the front. I'm gonna drive it a bit, drive it on the highway, on country, in the city, and tell you about the experience, how the steering is, how the interaction with the car, how the seats are, and everything. Here we have the key, a normal BMW key. You lock with your BMW icon, and then here we have unlock and then trunk opening, and I think this is a favorite button. I don't know. Put the key down here. I have the steering wheel in a bit of a weird position, so my camera can film the instrument cluster better, but that's how it is. You have a start-stop button here in the middle. You have to press the brake. Then you get a little sound, but you can adjust the volume. This is all the way down. And in the instrument cluster, you can see all of your stuff. You have your state of charge, your range, the temperature, time. Here is the speed you're doing, also in the middle. And here you have the power, and also down here you have your region. And you can change this. You have either here the layout where you can change different views. Can be more wide or just a line, and you can select what content to see. So this is just the speed. Then we have your average consumption, instant consumption, your predicted range, your assist systems, your navigation, your map, and this is music. I prefer this, so that's fine. And also in here you can change settings for your head-up display. Cool. On the steering wheel you have your buttons that you need. The only thing I don't find, and I haven't looked it up, I didn't have time, was to change the distance in adaptive cruise control. Yeah, must be something there. Here in the middle you can press auto hold. To get it into gear, here is your gear lever, and there's all crystal-like glass buttons for memory seats, for the seat adjustment, for the volume. Here in the middle your iDrive and your gear selector. And when you go towards U, you go into D, and another time then you have B. In brake mode you don't have creep, except in reverse you have, but not in B. You don't have creep, and if the regen brings you to a standstill, and it's the strongest regen. In D there's an option in the system where you can change how much regen you have. That's cool. What's different here is when you go into reverse, of course you have 360-degree camera and a very nice backup camera. This looks awesome, and you feel like you see everything. When you go from reverse back into D or B, it goes back to D all the time. It doesn't remember B, so you have to do that a few times. You can switch off parking. Yeah, you can. And I can go here. Here you have all your widgets, and I like this one the best, so I can see my trips, and you can only reset one trip yourself, the rest the car does. But let's drive a bit. The sound system, by the way, is good. The bass, again, I'm a weird person, I say it all the time. I don't like very strong subwoofer bass. I like real bass, so not too much. I like a very neutral, natural sound, and this doesn't have it. Same as iX3 and the i3. So driving, the seats are amazing. You have an e-sound, of course. It's while standing, but very quiet, and driving till 30. You also can have an e-sound all the time. You can turn that on. Why would you do that? We're not Taycan drivers, are we? And seating position is really good. The seats are awesome and comfortable. Steering is very, very, very good. It's not too heavy, not too soft. It's very precise. It's not too direct. I like it a lot. The same with the suspension. It's a very soft ride, but not too soft, so you're not swimming around. In the Audi e-tron, but it was years ago, they might have changed it, the suspension was so soft that you swim around. In this car, that's not the case. So over bumps, it's very comfortable, but when you go a bit in corners, you feel very stable and glued to the road. It's amazing suspension. Legroom is amazing here, a lot of space. I don't feel like the car is too big. I think it's outside it's a very huge car, but inside it feels okay. It's not like Ioniq 5 where you feel like you're lost in a big room. So I like that. Blinker sound is a bit loud, but that's, my God, yeah, a lot of car makers do that. I like it quiet in a car. Look at that, super, 174.9. In Passau yesterday it was 187 euros for a liter of super. The climate system, I have not found anywhere a button where I can manually turn on and off AC. Haven't found it. I have no idea. Even if I do auto off, I can do all the climate settings and everything. I don't know what this is. This is the steering wheel heater, seat heater, fan speed, where it goes. I don't know what this is. But the climate feels very nice. And of course you have a different setting for the driver, and the rear seats have also different settings. This is a comfortable car. Everything's there, and the temperature is always down here. And when you have the seat heater on, you can see the icon here. But if you don't have it on, like the passenger here, you have to go into the climate menu to see it. Yeah, but let's go a bit in the corner so you can see that. See if everything is. Regen is in low speeds is very strong and nice. Feels very good. When you go a bit faster, so above 100, regen feels like it's weaker. That was interesting to me, and it comes in right away. So off, and it takes, I don't know, 100 milliseconds, and then you have the full regen power. I love that. For example, in the Kia EV6, it came in at 500 milliseconds, or maybe even a second, and it was too long. The all-wheel drive feels also very nice. It like I said, it's really good in corners. So for an SUV and for that soft suspension, so when you go over a bump, it feels amazing, or a pothole or something, really feels amazing. It's amazing that they could do this so soft and comfortable and still very stable and feels great in corners. Yeah. The steering wheel, so not the steering itself, the steering wheel, it's a weird form, and yes, you get used to it, that's fine. What I don't like at all is those thick things on each side. They're so thick, even my hands, I have very long fingers. I can almost not get around. It's way too thick on those spots. So what I have to do is I have to steer underneath or above. I don't know who wants this. I don't get it. So if it would be all the same thickness everywhere, this would be the perfect steering wheel, but with this it's not. Yeah. I tested the lights yesterday night. Awesome lights, awesome high beams. So when you're in auto mode, and then, by the way, it remembers that the next time you go into the car, it remembers if you had auto on or the lights just on. And in auto mode, when you put it into high beams, you have auto high beams, and it's again like in the ID3, ID4 and Enyaq and so on, matrix, so only little segments turn off, and it does it very well, very fast, and what's way better, on distance. So all the MEB platform cars, when the cars they come towards you are 500-600 meters away, it doesn't recognize the car yet, and it leaves the high beams on. This does it even a kilometer away. It already switches off that where the car is, and also the car driving in front of you. It does it really, really well, and the high beams look amazing. You feel very comfortable with the light. It's, oh my god, it's like it's daylight. So really good. The instrument cluster is okay. It's a bit annoying. Sometimes there's a bit too much info, and maybe you can switch it off. I find also the infotainment system takes a bit to get used to, how to get all the settings and all the stuff. And I even got the app and logged in with my BMW account, so you get more features and more functions. And the app did not work a few times. I have it for 2 days and 2 or 3 times it did not work. Preheating did not work, or I could not see if the car is, what the range of the car is or everything. It did not connect. And in the beginning when I got the car and I wanted to do the BMW ID, it always said no internet connection, and I was in the middle of Passau, so there should be internet connection. So I don't know what that was, but at some point it worked. And again, it's little things that happen to most cars now when they come out, and that's fine. I also had, when I connect my phone via Bluetooth, I can either connect to music or to telephone, but not both at the same time. Never had that. Again, a little thing that they have to fix, and I'm sure they will do it. This car has over-the-air updates, already seen that it tells, and I can even press and say search for updates. I like that. The car doesn't do it automatically. The interaction here in the middle is fine. It's not in the way. You can rest your arm here very nicely, and you don't feel closed in somehow. It's real spacious, so it's all cool. I would love a real button for seat heaters. I would love that. The seat, you sit very high in this car, but for an SUV that's okay. So this is the lowest position I'm in, and again, it feels very spacious, but not too spacious. They can be bad. Power is of course amazing. Yeah, this phone thing is great to have your phone, unless you want to accelerate a bit. Then it's annoying because it's moving around. Hey, little birds, go off the road. Didn't we have birds here the last time I was here? I think so. So I'm gonna go to a country road and then we accelerate. Speedometer is 3 kilometers off, like most EVs. So 103 is 100 kilometers an hour, and the same with 130. And by the way, you have an animation even for the blinker, and if a door is open and everything, but the blinker is not, it's off. So when the blinker is on, when I see it, this is here off, and the other way around. Look, yeah, it's the other way around. It's fine. And you can switch the car here around. I don't know what that's for, but you can, if you want to. Let's accelerate. Let's go into my modes. My modes is weird. I cannot change personal and efficient. I can only change stuff in sport. And I cannot add anything. Maybe it's because of my BMW ID. So I don't know why it doesn't work. Can I have the thing again that I had before? It would be nice. So we're in sport mode. Let's go out here. Let's stop it. 3, 2, 1, full. Ooh. Have to go to 103. Here we go. And regen is, I cannot test regen right now, but regen is strong, like I said, in B mode, but not at higher speeds. So at low speeds it's amazingly strong, and you can control it with your accelerator pedal very, very well. Yeah, here, the regen could be stronger, but when I'm down at 50, it's very strong. So let's see, turning circle, because a turning circle is not good, but it comes around here, it's fine. So we go out here. This is all new, this was not here before. Like the 5 cars that go out here, no one is behind me. Let's do that again in sport mode, and we're at 95%. 3, 2, 1, full. There's a tiny delay, but ooh, it's not long, and the power feels great. That was good. And now do the regen at 100. I don't need more power than this. So I hope that I can get the iX xDrive 50 as well, which has 530 horsepower. But it's not so much about the power for me, it's about the big battery. I never drove a car with 100 kilowatts of battery. The biggest one was, well, all the cars right now, ID4 and so on, with 82. No, what does the Jaguar I-Pace have? I have no idea. Yeah, and now we can do self-driving. If I press here the I/O button, then it's in distance control. And again, I don't know the distance would be. I don't see anything. I can press up here and then it's 10 more and the slide button is 1 kilometer more. That all works. And by the way, when you go into a corner and it's a too strong of a corner, it knows that, it feels that, and it slows down. It also has the pre-warning as MEB platform has when, ooh, there's a junction, I'm gonna slow down to 80, or there's a big corner, I'm gonna slow down. But again, also without that, when you go into a corner, it's too much. It feels the G-force, it slows you down. It's done very, very well. And if I go to, I can't turn this traffic information off. I tried it a few times. I found a point where it says traffic information and I turned it off, and still it goes on. And we can do self-driving here, and now it steers itself, and after not too long it's gonna blink and say, hey, please do that. And by the way, when I press set, it goes to the speed that the speed limit sign recognition has noticed. Still has no warning, and then the beeping comes on. And the blinking on the steering wheel. Where's my sound warning? There it is, and you only have to touch it. Doesn't have to be a wobble. I love that. And with I/O, you turn everything off. And if you want to go from self-driving to just adaptive cruise control, you have to press twice the mode, then you go through the speed limiter. That's a bit annoying, but it's fine. It is okay. We're still in sport mode. I'm gonna drive a bit faster. I'm not gonna drive top speed. This car can do 200, so I'm guessing 205 or so on the speedometer. I won't be doing that. That's just too much. But you can hear the volume of it. Oh yes. At 130, let's go 130. Of course, accelerator pedal at 100 in sport mode is very nervous. That's 130. It's a bit more rumbly, so the windows are amazing. It's more from the tires. This has 20-inch tires on, 255s. But it's so comfortable. And it's still very quiet. I love it. Go 150. That's not wind noise, but very bassy wind noise. Is my light on? I want the lights on. There we go. Dip beam on. Head-up display is great, very detailed, not too high. It's in a good position so you can see it, but it's not in your view the whole time if you don't want it. And good adjustment. Even 150, and it's fine. The steering wheel is a bit heavier now. I put it in sport. I put the steering wheel into comfort, not in sport. In sport it was a bit, I don't know, was not to my liking, but you can adjust it. But in the other drive modes, you can adjust anything. So if I go to drive mode and personal, and here's setting, it says switch to a different mode. And so I switch to sport, and then I have settings. I can adjust everything. I don't know why they do that. And then to go back, it always goes out here, and then, yeah. But maybe if you press my modes here again, maybe then it works. Yeah. But overall, it drives just very great and very stable. Steering wheel above 170 is a tiny bit too direct, but you can get used to it. It's not horrible. The self-driving feature works really well. This car has only 200 kilometers. Ooh, there's an i3. Let's pass an i3. He can only go 160. Loser! Self-driving is good, so it does it really well. It doesn't move around too much. It doesn't hold it perfectly in the road. I think it's because it still has to learn a bit. It's a new car, has only 200. No, it was somewhere else. I don't know where the thing odometer was. It is in the beginning. It wasn't too much, but let's accelerate a bit more. Let's see what we get. And even in a slight corner at 190, it's fine. Even the volume at 190 is fine. Let's see where we have top speed. There we go. Power goes down at 202, 203. Yeah, and it's really stable. Steering is it's good. It's not, again, when you drive 200, it's with every car that the steering gets sensitive, and you feel, of course, everything. If there's a bump on the road, if there's wind, it's a lot of stuff that you feel in your steering wheel, but it's great. It's really great drive. It's a pricey ride though. This car, base price is 77,000 euros, and this car with all the stuff that it has, all the features, it's above 90. Ooh, those bumps are strong. I'm not jumping, but I feel the soft suspension. I'm going up and down. But let's go into personal, and if I drive my modes, yeah, I'm going back. See, that's okay. You even have in sport mode, it even have an option that the seats get more side support with sporty driving. It has options that are really great and special. Overall, I have to say, for an SUV, and again, you know me, I'm not a big SUV fan. It's just not my thing. But as an SUV, it drives really good, and I can see myself driving this every day. I wouldn't want it in tight parking spaces and going out of something. Even out of my garage is annoying, and the turning circle is not strong, so it takes longer and it's a bit annoying. It's such a huge car. But if you have space, then it's all fine. Yeah, but ride quality, steering, overall, you feel it. This is appropriate for that price. This is a luxury and what you want. I can recommend this car for sure. We'll see with the consumption. I'm guessing it's a bit high, but I don't know. I mean, for this drive now, the 29 kilometers, the average consumption was 277, but I accelerated a few times and drove top speed. But it's also, I started at a high elevation and now ending at a low elevation. We will see. It's nice that you see the time and how many kilowatt hours have you regened. Not that that is important, because it is already in the average consumption. So watch out for more videos with the iX. It will be a few, 3 or 4. And of course, don't forget channel membership. It's so cool. And merch and Patreon and so on. Support the channel to bring you more stuff. Subscribe. More subscribers get me newer cars and more cars. Is this no, it's not. I thought there was an iPace. It's not. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.